still raise concern and serious concern over the Nigeria's ability to protect Christian communities. That's after the recent abduction of 177 worshippers in Kaduna State. And of course, even the bandits yesterday were sighted moving freely through forest corridors with their captives, days after storming churches without resistance. That was on Sunday, to be precise. The gunmen had attacked 3 churches in Kowenwali community in Kajuru local government of Kaduna State, and weeks away, more than 177 worshippers, with 11 managing to escape, while 166 are still in captivity. And so the U.S. warning is coming as a high-level delegation of their officials arriving in the country yesterday on a week-long diplomatic tour aimed at reviewing counter-terrorism efforts and the protection of vulnerable religious groups across Africa, the Middle East, and also in Europe. And the meeting is part of the United States, Nigeria, that's the United States, Nigeria Joint Working Group, and was co-chaired by the NSA, that's the National Security Advisor, Nuku Ribadu, and the U.S. Undersecretary of State for Political Affairs, that's Alison Hooker. And of course, as a diplomatic, we've seen heightened diplomatic tension after the U.S. President Donald Trump had, redesignated Nigeria as a country of particular concern over the alleged religious freedom violations. And though the federal government has, deteriorated repeatedly, emphasized and dismissed the claims of systemic Christian persecution, always maintaining that insecurity is affecting the citizens of all religious backgrounds. But according to the U.S. delegates, she is saying that the recent attacks show that despite the reported security operations, that Christian communities in parts of northern Nigeria remained dangerously exposed. And so hence the collaboration and hence the meeting, right? And also, she said that the mass abduction in Kaduna underscored the persistent security failures that the Nigerian government must urgently address, adding that advancing religious freedom and security would deepen the U.S.-Nigeria relations in other areas, including trade, economic cooperation, health responses, and fight against terrorism. Right. Like I mentioned earlier, the abductors, they reportedly demanded the return of 17 motorcycles valued at 28.9 million naira, which they claim were seized during recent military operations as a condition for the release of the victims. But in response to this and the meeting, the NSA, the National Security Advisor Nuhu Ribadu, had acknowledged the gravity of the situation, saying that the federal government had intensified the joint military operations, the intelligence coordination, and investigations into attacks on religious communities, right? Saying that violence framed along religious lines was unacceptable and would be treated as an attack on the Nigerian state rather than on a particular religion, and assuring that perpetrators will be tracked and will be persecuted, that Nigeria is deeply plural society and the protection of all citizens, be it Christian, be it Muslims, and those of other beliefs, is non-negotiable. Saying that the president had authorized expanded security deployment, enhanced intelligence coordination, and also stronger investigations into attacks on religious communities, assuring that perpetrators would definitely be tracked down and prosecuted. Right. And the Minister of Information and National Orientation, that's Mohammed Idris, also said that the engagement reflected sustained efforts to deepen security partnerships and deliver concrete results, noting that collaboration between the two countries are translated into operational gains on the ground, highlighting that the U.S. commitment to deliver outstanding military equipment procured over the past 5 years that include drones, helicopters, and support system, and noting readiness to provide surplus defense equipment. With a lot of this and the updates we have about the collaboration between the U.S. and the Nigerian government, though the U.S. is still maintaining the fact that, or still raising serious concern about the ability of the government to track this down, to make sure that this is tackled. I mean, the continuous, the everyday attack and reports of abduction we're getting, it's alarming, right? What are your thoughts, right, about the present commitment of the government to this issue, right, and also with the collaboration with the U.S. state, right? Because according to the community, the village head of this community, that's Komengwali Ishaku Danazumi to be precise, told reporters that they cited the abductors and their victims, after the threatened interview, that the abductors and the victims were seen trekking on foot between neighboring Ongwan, Gamo, and Maru communities, although their exact destination could not be ascertained. And so the abductors that accused them of bringing soldiers and claiming that they were being backed by powerful people, and all of that, they called, right? And afterwards, they didn't call again. But then they demanded about 70 motorcycles, valued at about 26 million naira, for the release of these worshippers. What are your thoughts about this? Even I just don't want to go about the ordeal of a mother that was a victim, later rescued, and the ordeal, what she had to go through in captivity. What are your take? Because yes, it is a thing of it's an everyday thing that we come on, talk about, we ask, where are we not paying attention to? What area are we really supposed to be paying attention to, especially when it comes to do that via phone call? You can call 0913-600-0410. That's for calls and text messages, 0913-600-0410. Or you can also call or send a WhatsApp message via 0913-600-0430. Yes, we're also live on Facebook and YouTube at Mela 98.3 Facebook or YouTube at Mela 98.3 FM. That's the handle. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Thank God it is Friday and happy weekend in advance.
Yeah, thank you.
My name is Peter Usifu, calling from Abaranja in Ikoton. The security is in the hands of Mr. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu.
Oh, the security is not in the hands of the president.
Yes, it's not, at the moment it is not at all.
Okay.
I'm one of the people who used to say that there's no Christian genocide in Nigeria. But with what is very clear, we know that people are being massacred in Nigeria from every sector.
Yes.
So I'm saying that these abductors are the foot soldiers. The sponsors are there. Our security is in the hands of Mr. President and our economy is in the hands of Mr. President. But for now, our security is in the hands of God and Donald Trump. Thank you very much.
Thank you for calling. Hello, good morning.
What of my friend, but what is his name?
Sage?
Yes, okay. This is Barrister Peter Oku. I'm calling from Mendeboniland. You see, Lady Sage, more
You see?
on the issue of security. The issue of security is to come from 8,000 kilometers away in the United States to come and take care of our security. One thing I know is that America will not send boots on the ground to come and secure us. They can only give us equipment. And when they give you equipment cannot talk. It is human beings that are using the equipment. Our problem is that our government, especially our government, they are not sincere. The president and the governors are collecting security votes. What are they doing with it? Intelligence gathering is the key on this issue of security. You know, that is the only time that we are going to have any reasonable.
Good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
Yeah, my name is Walter.
Your name is?
My name is Walter.
Walter.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
I beg, and I mean, I was going to talk this morning. I've been another person. This one shocked me. Oh. Honestly, this one shocked me. You see, when we've been talking that the government is insincere with what is happening in the country, you think we are just talking for talking sake.
In 091360000410, that's still the number to call for calls and text messages. For WhatsApp calls and messages. Good morning.
Thank you very much. My name is Prince Warriors, calling you from Mᴏᴜ, the city in the center of universe. Now, this morning, we are talking of from America, China, Russia, Germany, and other notable superpower. But what I want Nigeria to know is our Nigerian military that can save this country after God Almighty. What are we talking about? You say America that denied Nigeria this equipment during Jonathan time. When you do something, they will say human rights, human rights. Now, Trump into Nigeria. Why am I saying this? If somebody can be majority 51 and 49, that's majority, that's minority. Christians being killed in Nigeria, which is very, very annoying, which is very bad indeed. Muslims being killed in Nigeria, even though beggars are being killed. What I want to do is that I want to assist Nigeria. Nigeria is being killed, and I want to assist them. That language is the majority of Nigeria will welcome me. But by saying that Christian want to go around, at the time it came to Nigeria, he was expecting to reach 50 places. Like this is Tonji they are talking about. They should taking away all the leaders, but they are still talking. They are still what stronger.
Okay, thank you.
Trump, it never help us. It's failure.
Thank you for calling. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Lady Mo.
Good morning.
Good morning, Alhaji.
Thank you.
It is like we're having two governments in Kaduna State. Look, I heard it in one radio this morning. They are now telling the government that they should, they should furnish them. They should equip them with money amounting to 100 bikes. Can you imagine before they agree with the government? So it shows that these people, they are on grant. You see, and it's just unfortunate. About a week or 2 weeks ago, the Kaduna State government is saying they are giving, the bandit amnesty. Come on, government cannot eliminate these people. What is the collaboration? What level of collaboration do we have with America? You see, these people, we cannot continue to have two governments in a state. These people, they are on grant. Let me forget Lady Moore. Let me appreciate Nigerian police. Something happened about 2 weeks ago at Bega. You understand? The Nigerian police, this Malam Malu that is a truck bringing Malu to Lagos. They saw them, they now asked them to stop. At the end of the day, they now saw that they parked a lot of bikes under with series of cutlasses and everything. So let me give kudos to Nigerian police, and that is what we have been shouting. The truck that is carrying Malu to Lagos issues on underground.
All right.
Bike.
Thank you.
They now occupy everywhere in Lagos. So kudos to Nigerian police. They should continue to do more. Have a nice day.
And you too. Thank you for calling. Thank you. Hello.
Hello. Good morning, Lady Mo.
Good morning.
The Western world, they are very intelligent. Now they realize that they cannot shave Nigerians' head in their absence. Of the Nigerian government, because they have seen that Nigerian government, they are complicit. Why am I saying this? The government, the president doesn't have the political will. Look at the last time of the NSAS when he was still having the ambition. He never spoke a word. The actions of these insurgents. So the truth of the matter is that you understand. So we are in a quagmire in this country until we have a government, that has the political will to do the needful. In fact, there's no headway. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for calling.
Voice. That's the people. When the news spread, I think an NGO, they ran down to come, at least to come and maybe rescue some of them. And what did they see? The soldiers said, "Don't go in. We are in control. Don't go in." They are in control, and they took over. Now, everybody was having to say, "There's peace in Kaduna in the last since political." It's political. Like what your moderators say, the thing the governors should do now is to use their security money to fight them, not to enter your state. Stop keeping people cannot sit in their house and say you are a governor. So what are you governing?
Thank you.
They should use their security money.
On our social media platform. From Facebook, this says King Adedeji Bernard. The initial denial of the Kaduna abduction by the state government was deliberate. To give apology is nothing but political theatrics, a familiar lie politicians deploy after the damage is done. Before long, we will be told that a huge sum of money was paid to secure the release of the abductees. This says Dr. Mrs. Mᴏᴜ from Owerri. The Bible says that when the right across the land, which now affect their minds and education, Nigerians and guardians, education and the financial institution have failed. Governance is in a mess. Corruption has soared to high heavens. Shall we continue to lament to Nigeria to share intelligence with Nigeria on fighting insecurity is a complete waste of time, because the Nigeria government is not serious in fighting insecurity. Just take a look at on how they handled the recent abduction in Kaduna. Just yesterday, an attack was carried out in neighboring Kachia. Uzo Francis Namani, watching live from Enugu State. Thank you very much. Really appreciate. Further said, President Donald Trump should not relent in his resolve to assist Nigeria over the fight against banditry and terrorism in this country. Thank you. From what River State issue, but thank you very much for your message. That's on the focus. For etc. to tell the world that there was no killings in the past 1 week. Chai. It's obvious the era of propaganda and lies from authorities is here with us in full gear. The gangster type of administration in the country has made many public officials unable to outright lies from professional information management. The sensitivity of lies no more matter to them, no matter the issue involved. Here, the shameless lies from Kaduna Police Command. They called us whalers for saying we are losing the war. Now it has come to the point that ragtag bandits are bringing a whole government to its knees. It's obvious we are negotiating from a point of weakness. Steve Offer from Janikin. This says, Hi Meland FM, I'm surprised that they want to start tracking killer terrorists because the US has started to push again. Please, can we ask who is governing this country? Is it the United States? Why must we wait for the US before we take any decision? More, I can boast with my full chest that Instagram, Facebook, X, to the extent that they have followers and fans, and these terrorists can't be tracked. I will still ask, is the law being applied in the South the same as the law in the North, or area on fighting insecurity is a complete... Okay, took that from Facebook already. Of basic morals expected, so they have to defect to the ruling party to preserve their... Okay. Thank you for your message. Good morning, Madam Udukbe, because that's not the defies military action, except the collaboration of the emirs, the obas, the activities of these terrorists and bandits. Total elimination may just be a mirage. Very unfortunate that politics and political appointments are given priority than the general well-being of the citizens. Noah from Igondo. Money Mainland Radio, Tʀᴇɪᴅs from Maryland. My worry is that each time there is massive abduction by the bandits, governments will be quick to tell us that the abductors are safe. Does this not point to the fact that there is a collaboration somewhere with these criminal bandits? How do you mean they say they are safe? I don't know. The recent denial and acceptance of abduction of worshippers by the police and Kaduna state government is a perfect example that kidnapping has turned into a big business venture. Americans know this fact. May God help this nation. Steve Ikelu from Maryland. Hello, Milan FM. Let's call a spade based on the facts on ground. To be candid, with all the technology, ammunition, and jet fighters that has been bought, what has been the outcome? To me, I didn't even see the need to continue to waste public funds, since these terrorists will eventually be released and reintegrated back to the society. Have you noticed that each time these terrorists strike by abducting people for ransom, all you would hear from the government is that the police kind of collaboration between governments and these terrorists? Nigeria, like I would always say, counter this terrorist once and for all. Olorun Agbawa, God bless Nigeria. Temitope from Ijagemo community. This says, good morning, Nigeria. Don Peters from Osaka, Japan. The report of what happened in Kaduna was done by this says more. Where is Peter Mose from Shomolu? Well, Peter Baby and the bath water away. You should have read part B of. Okay. The real kidnappers are the sponsors living with us and not those taking victims to the forest who are just errand boys. Until the sponsors are exposed and eliminated, the kidnapping business will soon register with our CAC and start selling shares to the public. Alarm has been raised by President Trump. There has been systematic violence and oppression against Christians in Nigeria. Somebody will soon tell you that Muslims are being killed, but the question is, I really appreciate. I have already with me. I mean, she's ready to bamboozle me out of the studio. Good morning, boss lady.
Aku ojumo lady mo salafia ne.
You are saying you don't want to bamboozle me out of the studio.
Ebo ohun ti wa lágbára jù náà ni ó lágbára jù fún mi bamboozle bo. Àwọn ara ṣe jẹ́jẹ́ náà ni.
To use caterpillar to catapult me out of the studio.
Rárá, giwa gan ni. Gan ni lo. Abi Rolls Royce.
Okay, I think that's better. It's a good one. You're welcome. Definitely at 9 o'clock, the boss lady will be steering the wheels right, in Yoruba language with analysis from side far, so you don't want to miss that. Just keep it locked to Mela 98.3 FM. Let's not cease to be a patriotic citizen of this great country, always nurturing your concern, your